welcome to Totally Online Gaming Group. We're glad you guys could join us for Session 7, or Episode 7, of Atavar Ascension, our D&D 5th Edition campaign, where we've got a bunch of my friends all gathered around a table, trying to have some fun and trying not to fuck things up too much.
You say trying not to. I feel like we're actively doing so.
Trying not to fuck things and I might hit a weed.
Yeah, there is that as well.
I'm happy with the decisions I've made.
Well, anyway, before we begin, we need to get into announcements real quick. So as always, got to give a shout out to our sponsor, Critical Hit Gaming Supplies. They're an amazing company. They go to the conventions. They're going to be at MegaCon, DragonCon, SuperCon, and possibly New York Comic Con this year. We're still waiting on word whether or not he was able to get in there. But you want to go check them out. You can also check them out online at their website, www.criticalhitgamingsupplies.com. Check out their dice bags, miniatures. They got so many cool things. And if you see something you like, make sure that when you go to purchase it, you type in TOGG15. That's TOGG15, and you'll get 15% off your purchase. All right, so that's out of the way. Next announcement. We have an official date now for Lair D&D. Lair D&D will be going live this April, so this month, April 25th. Of course, if you're listening to this, it is probably not April. It's probably well past that, in which case it's already live, but it's April 25th is the going live date. So for all you professional DMs out there who want to earn some money running games, go ahead and sign up on Lair D&D. For all you players out there, you got some friends that you want to get together and play some games with, but you don't have a DM and you want to make sure you have a good experience, go to Lair D&D, do a search in your area, and find the available professional DMs that are there so that you can book one of them and have some great game sessions together. All right, I think that is it for my announcements. Anybody else have any announcements?
So Zach and I are doing a thing. It's the normal thing, nothing new and special, but nerd culture is dead. Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, all that fun stuff. We do our Divinity stream, just went up this past Thursday. So with Jason, that'll be coming up every Thursday, new podcast every Wednesday.
All right, anybody else? No? Okay.
Go team!
I think that's it for announcements. So then, without further ado, we bring you Atavar Ascension. Okay, everybody. So, where we last left off.
Oh boy.
Oh my.
The party had decided to go, well, at least
It's a hate crime.
3 of them had decided to go to the Horny Halfling. Persephone, Tomer, and Ajax. They had gone there in search of a couple different things. Trouble. Persephone went looking for trouble, basically, as you said there, Ajax. Looking for some criminal elements.
She's trying to get laid.
Possibly, or maybe.
I can have more than one agenda, guys.
Possibly trying to make some connections to the underworld.
Just trying to make a connection, all right.
Tomer, on the other hand, was trying to find more information about some people from his past, and he was hoping to connect once again with the dancer that he had spoken to and try to pry more information out of her. But she was not there, at least that he was able to find. Ajax simply sat there keeping an eye on his friends. Meanwhile, Gold and Leon were back at the Honeypot Inn, enjoying some tea and just relaxing for a bit. And that's when Persephone decided, I want to get involved with some of the criminal element here a little bit better. So as she scouted around looking for illicit deals and spotting some, she began to dance around in a fairly revealing outfit that she wore for herself, almost looking like a member of the staff. She managed to get the attention of a group in the VIP section. She was brought into their little... it's so hard to do this. I can't wait for video. Oh my god. She was brought into the VIP section, where it's more secluded, and the personnel there treated her and several other dancers as entertainment while they went about some business, including some partying. Tomer managed to spot some people wearing armbands. In particular, armbands related to his old group. He saw the red cloth with the dragon head and a ship coming out of the dragon's mouth, being worn by two individuals sitting a little ways away across the horny halfling, and seeming to be not enjoying themselves as much as keeping an eye out. Eventually, though, Persephone did manage to hear some very interesting information. Something about a shipment. And a meeting tonight. And the possibility of all of that relating to the strange roots that they had found. After being booted from the VIP area, as all of the dancers were, when another member wearing that same armband walked in, talked to the other two, and then went to the VIP area to meet with the group already there, Persephone went over and told Tomer and Ajax what she had seen. The three decided to head outside, discuss what was going on and what to do, in which case it was decided that Tomer make a mad dash all the way back to the Honeypot Inn to grab Gold and Leon, which he did. They got back in pretty quick time, considering the distance traversed, basically running the entire way. And then they came up with a plan to draw out their suspects and see if they could get some information about what was going on with this shipment, what was happening in that meeting, and, well, Tomer basically just wanted blood. And blood he got, as Tomer and Ajax, using some little bit of magic, disguised Tomer himself as a large dragonborn, a specific one from his past, and Ajax, disguised as Tomer, walked out of the horny halfling with the two individuals that Tomer had been keeping an eye on, following a little bit behind at a distance. The two in disguise walked along the building, rounded a corner into the alleyway where Leon and Persephone were waiting. And as soon as their tail ended up catching up to them, a fight ensued. Meanwhile, inside, Gold saw the other group slip out the back, trusting his allies to take care of the original threat. He decided it best to tail this other group to try to get information. Unfortunately, the noise of opening up the door was a little bit too much and gave away his presence. As he entered into the alleyway behind the horny halfling, he saw the other group hightailing it, and a chase ensued. While Persephone attempted to try to link back up with Gold around the back end and help him out, they chased and chased and chased this group, who pulled out some tricks and managed to get away. Returning to the scene of the battle, Gold and Persephone find Tomer, Ajax, and Leon, their foe slain, all three of them. One of them was still alive, so you didn't kill him. But surrounded by the city guards of Kyver, and being read their rights, manacles already snapping around their wrists. And that is where we left off.
Sounds like a whole lot of not my problem.
Mm-hmm. So, that is where you guys are. What do you do?
Getting shackled.
I'd like to walk up to whoever I believe by stature is the officer in charge.
Okay. It's not hard to discern. Someone definitely seems to be directing the shots. He is actually a dragonborn. Fairly tall, well-armored, and well-armed as well. And he is barking orders at his men around him to basically haul these three away, as well as the one still living member that was fighting against them.
Does he look at all familiar? I'm just curious.
The Dragonborn?
Yeah.
Not to you. I'm sure he's familiar to someone.
Papa?
Excuse me, officer.
Yes.
I happened to be across the street when this all went down. Do you need any testimony?
If you will, please speak to my lieutenant. He will take your statement. Lieutenant! Another statement. And then he turns and continues doing what he's doing.
Thank you, officer.
A dwarf. Almost like the complete opposite of this Dragonborn. As the Dragonborn was clearly 7.5, almost 8 feet tall. Very tall, large individual. This dwarf is pushing about 4 feet. Both in height and width. He is very stocky. He comes up, says, "Alright, name?"
That would be Goldmere. You can be right, Gold.
Gold. Okay, so, what happened? I want to hear your perspective.
I was simply across the street over here, across the square, and just doing what I normally do on a night like this, people watching. And
Give me a deception check.
I mean, he wasn't wrong
He's
about
technically not lying.
I'm not.
He was people watching.
Okay.
Then I'll allow you to either do perception or deception or persuasion.
I'm not sure which one's worse.
Well,
They're both -1, so I'm just gonna roll with it. That is a 17.
Okay, and
I saw what looked like 2 entirely different people walk out of the horny halfling, and 3 more following them. And when they rounded that corner towards that alleyway, the 3 who were following them drew weapons, and from what I saw, jumped them, or assaulted them in the alleyway, and one of them had completely changed form. The other one looked the same, and, well, they fought off and killed whoever was attacking them.
Is he currently still in werewolf form?
no.
Okay.
If it means anything, I'm former staff sergeant of the 112th Legion, the Blue Devils, and served in the York War, so I've got an eye for things like this. And I go ahead and pull out my badge.
Freelancer, huh?
Nowadays, yeah.
Alright. And, your address?
I actually don't have a permanent residence here. I'm all over the place adventuring, so I haven't settled down.
Staying at the association or somewhere else?
The Honey Pot Inn.
Okay. Honey Pot Inn. Good. Alright, when they go before the magistrate, you may be called as a witness, and if so, if you are not found where you are said to have been, then when you are found, that won't be good for you.
So I should just hang out at home for a few days? Or, I guess, the inn.
Perhaps.
Okay. I'll go ahead and stay relatively close then.
Good.
Alright, well, thank you, officer. If there's...
Lieutenant! Another witness!
Another witness.
If you need anything, let me know. Otherwise, have a good day, officer.
Yeah. He wanders over to another person that was, from the crowd. Again, you're on the edge of the main square.
I'm sure there was tons of people.
Tons of people.
At least 2.
You're right.
And so, yeah, he's busy taking statements. What are you doing, Persephone?
Oh, I noped out of there real quick. I see them getting arrested. I go nope and continue down the
Okay.
alley into normalcy.
Okay, are you heading anywhere in particular, or just...
I mean, I'm still gonna kind of stick close by. I'm not just gonna leave Gold hanging.
Alright,
but
so
like,
you're just kind of
I
watching
wanna,
from the distance. in the
I'm gonna walk away so that I'm not immediately walking into the
Okay.
cops and then making my way towards the general town square crowd situation.
Okay. You three. You currently have your weapons removed from you.
Fair enough.
Awesome.
Your hands are bound in manacles.
Used to that.
Kinky.
And you are now being led away.
Behind me or in front of me?
In front of you, on a chain
Chain
that is
gang.
It's one
connected. That is connected to a chain.
Chain
On
gang.
him, that is connected to another chain. That is connected to another chain.
have to
So you
have our
three
feet move in
and the
time.
other guy, all four of you, are basically like tied together by chains connecting to your manacles.
I could break these chains. You can't break those chains.
And there is one individual in front, one of the guards, who is holding onto them, a Goliath. And then flanking along the sides are 3 guards on each side.
Oh, that's not a person that's arrested. That was one of the guards. That's
One of the guards is a Goliath.
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
But there are 3 guards flanking on either side of you, all with spears. And then there are a couple behind. And then there is this captain, the Dragonborn, and his lieutenant. And they are all marching you, and any of the other guards who have kind of rushed up, the captain eventually just kind of dismissed them back to whatever posts they happen to be patrolling or doing. And you, in this contingent, are now marching your way, and if you will actually hand me the Kyver map, there we go, you are actually marching your way towards Northgate.
The prison is in the
Oh,
North
I
Gate.
remember being there.
Interesting.
Going several blocks up, eventually you come out of the bowl. You have been to Northgate before. You two have not. And you recognize, okay, the structure of the buildings, it's improving. This is now the upper middle class we're starting to get into, as opposed to, the average everyday common.
Keep a prison near
The upper
middle
class?
Oh, damn. Just singing on our way
sketch.
there.
How
You-
progressive.
He's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly
Do
good
not make
fellow.
assumptions yet, sir.
You actually sing. Yes, in character.
He's a bard. What do you expect?
Exactly.
You just hear.
Give me a performance check.
Oh, okay. Let me just get my die. Which is what I'm probably about to do. The guards are like, you performed terribly. Die!
You've forfeited your living
He's a jolly
privileges.
good fellow. That's a 15.
15 on the die?
In total.
Okay. Surprisingly, no one does anything. No one tells you to shut up.
You see, Ajax, Tomer, I can sing because I have nothing to be afraid of. We are innocent. Attempts to pat you on the back, realizes his hands are still bound.
That's true. It was just self-defense. We ain't got nothing to worry about.
As you continue to be marched, what are you two doing?
I'm going to promptly head back to the Honey Pot Inn, as that's where they said they would gather me if needed.
Well, I was hoping Gold would meet up with me, but I guess after about half an hour of waiting by myself, I'll go back to the Honey Pot Inn.
Despite my passive perception, I would not have known where you'd went in a crowd so large. Without actively looking for you.
I wait about a half hour by myself, and I'll go back too.
Okay. You find yourself back at the Honey Pot Inn. Gold is there, sitting in the tavern area. I assume having a tea, or maybe something stronger.
Definitely something stronger tonight. I am a little peeved at the moment.
Mm-hmm. And while you are sitting there and presenting, you enter. With you 3 gentlemen,
Oh boy.
Your march continues, and eventually you come across what doesn't look like a prison. Instead, it looks like a very large and official-looking building.
Say, Ajax, were you used to marching like this back during the war?
Quite a bit.
You're probably not too bothered then right now.
No, we were just defending ourselves. We ain't got nothing to worry about.
Tomer, is everything right with you? You actually seem rather satisfied with yourself. Well, onward then.
That's something only a serial killer would say.
I haven't seen him kill any cereal.
God. We're going to jail! Oh, God.
Now, as you
That could
Kill some cereal.
as you
right
get
now.
closer to this very large and official-looking building, you end up going around the side to not the main entryway, obviously, but a side entrance that takes you down a flight of stairs and into an area that at first, as you exit the stairs and start walking down a hall, you see what look to be some offices, and then rounding a corner, you see a few what look like holding cells. Not a lot, just a few. And in there, in one of them, there are a couple people in there. The other is empty. And one of the guards unlocks it, and you three and the other gentleman are all thrown into that one. Then the door is closed and locked, and the guard says, "You'll be seen by the magistrate in the morning to figure out what's going on. No funny business. It will reflect on you tomorrow."
No problem here.
And he walks away.
I kick back. I assume there's benches of some sort.
Yes, there are.
I'm just kind of...
I'll take the other side of the bench.
How roomy.
Yes, and the chains were
Like
undone.
this.
You still have manacles on your wrists, but the chains themselves are undone.
Well, I think we have all the time in the
So you're not
world.
tied together anymore, but
That's
you...
fine.
You! I look at the person that got thrown in with us.
Is he even conscious?
Yeah, he's surrounded consciously. I failed to knock him out.
He tried, he missed.
If you recall, I went something like this.
No, you probably just...
So, what's your story? How'd you get thrown in here?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You literally just got through.
My man's at 1 HP denying everything.
So what's
Looks like my sarcasm's not going to work today.
what's in the gang nowadays, friend?
He just stares at you for a long moment. Now that you are yourself. You're supposed to be dead.
And so are you, but you're lucky the guard showed up.
Ooh, spicy.
As I spit in his direction.
He just kind of looks over towards the some of the guards sitting at, desks and things kind of around the area. Just kind of looks over there. He just goes, with his, manacle still on his wrist. Did you see that? Huh? Nothing? Useless?
You're pathetic.
You're in a box with me now, friend. You're lucky we're gonna go see people tomorrow. Else you get it in the morning.
You should flick him on the nose for his last health.
I'm not gonna
Oh, you'll have
touch
to
him.
make a fucking medicine check.
Words will cut more than freaking physical touch.
We do have a bard.
Vicious fuckery. Vicious fuckery.
They can't claim I did anything if it came from their mind.
So you guys are transporting drugs now?
I ain't saying shit.
What if we say please? Would you say something if you said please? See, he's intimidating. I can be really annoying.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you can.
That's what I just said. Well, you just gonna ignore me? Well,
Yes.
So, my question for you is, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to intimidate him? Are you trying to persuade him?
I suppose this would be a persuasion by proxy of me annoying the information out of him.
Okay.
It's
Give me
like
a
being
persuasion
trapped in a
check.
cell with SpongeBob. Oh, God. Alright, let's see. So, I just get close enough that I'm not physically, like, up against him, but I'm almost there, right? And I just keep chirping at him, like, stupid, nonsensical things. That is... Nat 20. 27 in total. Good lord. So, you want to speak up? Come on. Please, pretty please, with a cherry on top. Do
Oh
you
my
like
God,
cherry?
does he ever shut up?
No.
I can
shake
turn
my
him
head.
off, but I just
No,
want to
just-
let him go.
Will you shut up?
Will you
Please?
tell me things?
If you shut up,
Perhaps.
I can't handle this anymore.
All right, then.
Yeah, we deal in some things from now and then. And he's kind of looking around too, making sure that none of the guards seem to be trying to listen or really pay attention.
That's not how it was in my day.
Well, your day's over.
Says the guy who's got 2 dead buddies.
I'm gonna say looks like
You got a
your
lot
day's
more-
over.
I got a lot more live buddies.
Yeah, but you're just
Where they at?
you're just a low tier man. They'll cut you off. They'll slit your throat. How they try to do to me. Don't worry, you're next. I promise you. That badge that you're wearing on your shoulder don't mean shit to you. It's just a little marking so you can show your strength and your power.
They took me in. I own.
You don't know shit.
It was pretty obvious that he was already dealing in illicit substances, so I want to know more.
Yeah, you talk his ear off. I'm gonna take a nap.
Come on now, what's the point of all of it? What do you gain from it?
Money.
Well,
Duh.
obviously, but what does it do?
What do you mean?
Okay, so if
I
I
really
inject
don't
something-
understand your line of questioning, man. I mean,
If I inject something into my bloodstream, right, to get high, that's the effect of that. Why are you... Are you, first off, are you toting around some kind of substance that can transform people to mindless husks?
what the fuck are you talking about?
Can I roll an insight?
Yeah, I'm listening to this. I'll roll an insight as well.
That's a 13.
I got a 15. Actually, it might be higher now because I upped my wisdom. Yeah, it's 16.
Okay. As far as you can tell, he's being straight with you.
So you're telling me you're involved in just a basic drug trade?
Look, all I know is, well, I guess he's not my boss anymore, but he sets up the deals. He gets his orders. He sets up the deals, and we move the shit.
How incredibly boring. You chose to be a criminal, and what you chose to do was the simplest shit. Why not try to actually make a change?
I do make a change. Lots of change. It kind of goes jingle, 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 if you get my drift.
No, I'm not sure I do. Would you like to elaborate?
Sure.
Slap!
Ow.
You dodge out of the way. he tries to surprise you with his hand coming around and catching you, but he misses wildly. Obviously, his strength still isn't there after the beating he took.
Impressive. All right, then. I'll end things off here, because I know you're tired of hearing me. I would be too. You sure there's nothing about any kind of root? Any root-like substance.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Seriously.
It's worth a shot. Oh, shit. You're still not innocent, of course, but at least we can, roughly assume that they're not connected to things.
That's what I gathered. I don't think they're related to this specific thing.
Well, thank you for,
But like you said, they're still not innocent.
Thank you for your time, even though you didn't really have a choice.
Can I sleep now?
I don't know, can you?
What's the magic word?
Let's see here. Fuck off?
Close enough.
Alright.
Just remember, you're the one trying to sleep near us.
He kind of rolls over.
How
And
close
turns
is...
away so he's not looking at you.
Just walk over and boot him in the head a little bit. Oops.
Oops, my foot slips.
Are you seriously going to do that?
No.
Okay.
No, I am confident that we are innocent in this scenario, and I'm not going to push my luck.
Okay.
Look how adorable he is, Ajax, when he's sleeping.
Alright. So, Persephone and Gold,
Yes.
what are you doing for the rest of the evening while your companions take a nice rest in the jail?
That's
I'm gonna get a reasonably bit tipsy, as I need something to keep me from going ballistic.
oh,
As
well, I can
I
keep
am.
you from going ballistic.
No, you may make me go ballistic. You fucking fiend, you.
That's hurtful.
I'm so pissed at
I
Tomer.
assume you tell me this.
You sound
Yeah,
He
kinda
went
surprised.
too far. I'm not surprised. I let it happen, but fuck am I mad at him. All I had to do was beat the shit out of the guy, drag him off somewhere behind the alley, and get the information. Instead, he killed in fucking broad daylight.
Well, I mean, part of it, too, was they could have just moved into said alley as opposed to...
They could have retreated through your fucking darkness.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair,
I run up to the bar.
the
I
first
ask
thing I
for
used
2
was
shots, and I come back to
Thunderwave.
the table.
You bastard.
I hand gold 2 shots.
Okay.
I just basically set a gun off in
I
the
had
middle
passed
of town.
one off to you. I'm not drinking alone.
2 more.
Alright. 2 more show up.
Boop, boop.
I know where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
Some friction, Oscar?
Can you feel the love
Is this foreshadowing?
tonight?
It's
Each
lust.
Fuck you, each episode. My man's watched too much anime.
Yeah.
Yes.
M&A's.
Enemies.
Enemies.
Some lemonade?
I read
You
too
want
much
some?
mangoes.
Alrighty.
M&A's.
What do you think about this, Persephone?
I don't personally care to deal with the jail aspect of it all.
Too close to home?
I don't know if I know what home is.
That's an expression. I didn't mean for you to get dark on me. Damn. And I'm gonna
Man,
drink
you're a
some more.
buzzkill.
So he does like emo chicks. Got it.
Who doesn't?
The early 2000s.
Some tiggle gothity.
I do have purple skin.
You're fucking Barney.
You match all characteristics, yes.
Alright, so. You 3, do you eventually try to get some rest for the evening?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
kicked back.
And you 2?
Well,
I eventually just retreat to my room after paying off the tab.
as do I.
You
Not my
retreat-
room,
Yeah,
though.
you retreat to his room.
There's only one room remaining.
Yeah.
Can't roll now.
One of these things just doesn't belong here.
So,
Wrong hole.
I need you 3
Hey,
to
that's
each roll a
me.
perception check.
See if you notice it from that far away.
Me too.
Except when I don't. That's a 9. I guess one of those times when I
Oh,
don't.
shit. I got a 18, 24 total. Oh, no.
9?
22 total.
I just got a 19. I can't add anything to it.
Okay. You actually wake up partway into the night These two are sound asleep. You wake up when you hear the door open to the cell, and there's a guard standing there, another one behind him. The one standing there walks over to the other gentleman.
The one that we were talking to?
Yes. Shakes him.
And I
Shakes
assume
him.
Tomer's next to me.
Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna...
But he shakes him, and the guy kind of wakes up, and he's like, "You're free." And they walk him out.
What kind of corrupt bullshit is going on here, I say?
Go to sleep.
I don't think so. I stand up.
God, no.
He backs up, shuts the door, locks it, and walks away.
About to get ourselves in deeper shit if we got into a fight.
I'm gonna kind of make my way over to the bars and kind of rattle it a little bit.
Attica!
Michael! Don't leave me!
Kind of bang my fist on the...
Justice!
Okay. They ignore you.
Would I wake up from this noise?
Well, I nudged you.
What?
Elbowed you.
What?
And then I got up and went over to...
Where'd the shit show go?
They just freed him.
Yeah, he's out cold.
Fucking
I smack Leon across the back of the head.
You get smacked.
Wake up!
Rise and shine, bacon and eggs.
Looks like our fourth party member got freed.
Oh, you're shitting me.
Well, there's
No, they
three of
just
us in
let
here
him
now,
out.
so...
Why do you sound like that?
Sorry, morning breath.
Little nasal congestion to start off the day.
Yep.
There we go.
It's still it is 2:33 in the morning. I mean, it's still early.
Listen, they got the money. He was gonna get out no matter what.
That's very important.
Let's just hope the judgment is on our side. Let's just sleep it off. We can't do anything else. We don't want to make it look like we're worse than what we already are.
Quick question, Chalmer. What do you propose happens if the judgment isn't on our side?
Well,
I'm starting to think we're fucked in this scenario.
it's a good thing that we got connections, because I say we book it out of town.
What connections do we got that'll help us?
I got some friends. Don't worry about it.
Are they nearby? Like
I can get us
tomorrow
out.
morning?
I'll whisper to you. I'll whisper to three. I was like, come here.
Are we the only ones in the cell now?
You're the only ones in this cell. There is another holding cell, right next to you. You know,
Okay.
and it's not like modern cells with solid walls with maybe glass in between or something like that. It's just bars.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So we're whispering, I guess. Just to,
Yeah.
yeah.
Listen. If
You don't have to really whisper
Yeah.
because I need to hear you.
Listen. If I could get into this town with no one noticing me, I can get out of this town with no one noticing
In
me.
case you didn't notice, we're in jail right now.
Listen, if worse comes to worse,
And I don't think they're going to let us walk around freely. Especially if they give us a guilty verdict tomorrow.
listen, right now you're the only two people that I see walking out of this place. I'm not getting out. I promise you I'm not getting out.
We were there just as much as you were.
Yeah. But let's take a look at you. Normal, fought in the war. You're just a singer who's an, half-elf?
Yes.
And you got a half-orc. Which of the three doesn't belong here?
Race aside, I think you're missing the point that they are clearly corrupted.
Well, then we either fight our way out and
They just
die.
let a clearly guilty person walk out for nothing.
Listen, we either make a stand if the time comes and try to escape, or we just take what's coming to us. That's the only thing I can see as of right now.
I kind of shake the door. I don't think we're getting out of here.
Yep. We'll see how
Not with brute force, anyway.
we'll see how that goes. Just get some sleep. We can't do anything about it.
Fair enough.
Yep. For lack of better options, I guess I'll sit back down and angrily sleep.
Okay.
Well, chin up. I'm sure the sun will shine on us once it rises tomorrow. Let's get some more rest, like you said.
Yep.
Would we take a long rest at that point? Would it be a
So
short rest?
you wake up in the morning.
Feeling like we
It is relatively early, but not so much for a band of adventurers who tend to get up on the road, get going on the road.
Yep.
So we'll call it like 7 o'clock. You're woken up by the guards saying, "Breakfast time!" And some trays are kind of passed through the bars with some food on them for everyone.
Excuse me, do you have dental?
Leon, shut up and eat.
He just stares at you for a while.
We're from the Union.
We're from the Union.
They don't even have
They
dental.
don't even have dental.
And he just kind of rolls his eyes and walks away.
I'm gonna smell the food to see if there's anything funky with it.
We said we got a long rest?
Yes,
Okay.
you all got a long rest.
I'm gonna
You two as well. Wake up.
Yay.
You all use spells, you fools.
I don't use.
You're a ranger. Don't you have spells?
I do, I don't use them.
That is so cool.
I have been using my fucking class features the whole time.
Cool story, bro. You want to tell it again?
No, I don't actually. Fuck you.
What if there was a spellless ranger, like a ranger subclass that just didn't have spells?
And it just compensated
A fighter
by
with a
being-
bow.
by doing big dick damage and having higher stats.
Yeah.
A fighter
That'd
with
be
a bow?
all about it.
Fighter with a bow.
Literally a fighter with a bow.
Right, but it had more
No, but fighters can get spells
more
too.
like ranger aspects.
Oh no.
They need to make a revised ranger that really focuses on the nature part.
Yeah, wait for
A
60.
druid?
5.5.
Are we getting 5.5 soon?
Yeah, exactly.
That still only counts as one.
It's
No, but
okay, cleric will still be okay.
Like Aragorn type ranger, where he had no magic whatsoever, but he could put his ear to the ground and just...
Wait, we
There
have
were orcs here.
We have a better fucking example.
Like some dirt.
Drits.
So,
Mhm.
You literally just make
anyway.
drits.
Yes. Anyway. So, you two are actually woken up by a knock on your door.
Yeah, I get up as I'm always ready to go, and I pass over the naked tiefling next to me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Meow.
And I open up the door briskly and open with a hello.
You see standing there before your door a guard, average height, probably around 5'8", human, 5'9". And he just stands there, looks at you, and hands you a rolled up scroll.
Immediately opens.
As you look over it and begin to read it, he says, "Your presence is required at the courthouse."
Very well. We will be there as swiftly as we can. Do you need to escort us, or are we free to move on our own?
As long as you arrive on time, you are free to go so on your own.
Very well. I thank you for delivering.
Present that when you get there, and you will be directed as to where to go.
Thank you.
And then he turns and leaves.
Percy, get dressed.
Why?
We're going to court.
Or don't. It's up to you.
We're going to court, and I need you to do shady shit.
Okay.
He's enabling you.
What a great one-night stand.
Is it hanging on the door or something?
It's on the fucking floor.
I throw the cloak over onto the bed.
Clean yourself up.
So exciting.
You filthy animal.
Keep the change.
Roadhouse.
Alright, after you guys have your breakfast, then not too long after it, probably about an hour after you've been woken up and given food.
How good was the food?
It's prison food.
What was I eating?
Oatmeal, maybe.
Slop. That's
sustenance.
Me and Ajax are just playing rock, paper, scissors in the corner waiting.
Ah, damn it.
Friend.
Gold pierces the window.
Yeah.
Hello.
Good! Oh my goodness!
Yes, no, you
Papa,
two
can you hear me?
had to make your way up to the courthouse, which is up in Northgate.
I assume you can take the wagons through the city and stuff?
Yes.
Cool, we're gonna do
Through the
that.
main thoroughfares.
Yeah,
yes.
no.
I'm going to make sure that I dress as well as I can.
Okay. And you will notice that by the time you were delivered this early in the morning, it was like, okay,
You need to leave.
you need to leave now.
Yeah, hence wagon.
Yes. So you arrive in front of the courthouse at about 8 o'clock, as near as you can tell at the time. That is about the time that some guards come, open the holding cell that you three are in. They connect up the chains to your manacles, and they begin to lead you through some back hallways, then up a series of steps into a smaller little room with some benches that you are sitting on, with a couple guards in there as you're waiting. And you hear sounds from behind the door, the door opposite the one you came in, that sound like voices. Seems like, it's a pretty thick wooden door, thick walls and stuff, so you can't quite hear what's being said, but you can definitely hear voices on the other side. That's the end of part 1 for this episode. Tune in for part 2 next week.